We're here in front of the northeast gate in Fort Bliss. It's right in the middle of El Paso, and it's where more than 34,000 active duty troops live. But it's also where a lot of civilians come too, and that's thanks in part to General Pittard's work here.
You just realize, you figure out the time is right.
Major General Dana Pittard has served in the military for over 3 decades, but coming to Fort Bliss about 3 years ago was coming home.
And serving as a division commander here in my hometown really made the difference. If I'd served as a division commander anywhere else, I probably wouldn't even be considering leaving the military.
He turned his personal connection to El Paso into a connection for Fort Bliss.
El Paso is Fort Bliss and Fort Bliss is El Paso. The easy access on post so that El Pasoans can mingle with our soldiers and families. How about that? It's helped our soldiers feel less isolated.
Among the connections is a shopping center. It's called Freedom Crossing, and citizens can go there. Pittard grew up here in El Paso and first thought about joining the military as a boy when he saw a profile of Dwight Eisenhower in a 1969 National Geographic.
There's this one picture of him as a Supreme Allied Commander in Europe before D-Day, and I said, boy, that's what I want to do. You know, delusions of grandeur. But at that point I decided I want to go to West Point. I was in 4th grade. And my parents continued to encourage me. So my focus on high school was really how to get into West Point to extent, but also to make a difference in high school. That's why I ran for different offices in high school.
Pittard is in a rare group at the military as a high-ranking officer who also happens to be black. Only about 6% of general officers in the United States are African American.
You realize that you do what you can based on your own competence, your own drive, and then let the cards fall where they may. And there's people who will throw obstacles in front of you no matter who you are. And I see that at all levels, even at this level now. So that's why sometimes you know it's time to move on and do something else. But I think the Army in many ways is an organization, for the most part, where you can go as far as your talents will take you to an extent.
Eisenhower once said, "You don't lead by hitting people over the head. That's assault, not leadership." Pittard says he prefers what he calls servant leadership, and he says he wants to keep his ears open.
If you ask people what they think, they'll tell you. So you've got to listen.
He says listening will also be an important part of combating soldier suicides, as the military suicide rate surpassed the number of combat deaths in 2012. A record 349 American soldiers died by suicide in 2012. That's more than the 295 Americans who died fighting in Afghanistan the same year. Pittard believes one solution is to make behavioral health treatment mandatory for those who are at risk.
We looked at the last 10 years of suicides on Fort Bliss, and out of 36, I think, suicides, only 1 was with a soldier who was with behavioral health or seeing a behavioral health specialist. So we knew that once you get a soldier or family member into behavioral health care, the chances go up dramatically that they'll survive.
Major General Pittard, like other generals, has seen the horrors of war firsthand.
Knowing that the people who will be wounded, who will be killed, will be people that we know as our fellow soldiers, as our friends, as people that we've known for years, where the most American people don't know, but we do.
He still speaks about his work with the optimism of a peacetime general.
The power of creating an environment where people feel free to give their ideas and be innovative is just powerful. It's been powerful here.
At Fort Bliss, I'm Sloan Patton for KRWG News.